Let's keep the applause going. I don't know if we're doing some chair dancing or not this morning, but we're going to find out about it. Big round of applause. Samantha Jennings, everybody, the dance maker. Darling, how are you?
Hello, good morning, Portugal.
Striking
Good
a
morning,
pose already.
Carl.
Good morning
Uh,
to you.
Good morning,
Oh,
Carl.
you've got a lovely backdrop as well there, haven't you? That's a lovely
Yes,
room.
indeed. If I push
Um,
this way a bit, you can
made
see
with
a
your own
lovely
fair
native
hands as well.
violin up there.
Yes, excellent. So how are you today?
Yeah, it's quite early for me. I'm a
Is it?
night person and a late person, but I'm ever so delighted to be here.
I have seen you in action as a night person. Maybe I should clarify that statement. What fun we had at the disco night, and thank you very much for storming the dance floor and showing us a few moves as the collective that were there. You were brilliant.
Uh, Thank you very much. Yes, it was a bit of a surprise, but I got on with it, didn't I? And
You really did.
I thought you did a really good job, and I loved it. Are you going to do it again?
We are next date, 22nd. I think with it's a bit like, difficult second album syndrome. We had such a great time with the first one. It was much looked forward to and greatly enjoyed. It might be slightly more muted on the second. We'll still have a great time, but I don't think we can expect the same dance extravaganza. But who knows? Maybe, what do you think? 80s disco for one in the future as well? Do you like a bit of 80s?
Yeah, could be, could be. I think any kind of disco theme would be great.
Yeah,
We've got the carnival at the moment, haven't
we
we?
certainly have. Yes.
Just about. We can all dress up, but yeah,
Actually,
let's get the glitter balls out and have a good time.
any chance to get our glitter balls out, and I think maybe we should tie it in with Carnival next year, possibly. Then that's a really great idea. We didn't think of it this year, and it might be a bit too late on the 22nd of March. Generally
Yeah.
speaking, if you want a date for your diary to come and visit us in San Martino and party with us, it'll be the third Saturday. And young Rodrigo at the Casa de Lem, he's such a great host, very easygoing with us. So we're looking forward to having more fun on the 22nd. Right. The Dance Maker. Tell us a little bit about you and your background in dance before we talk about your fabulous new book.
Yeah. Well, crikey, I was brought up in the cradle of dance. Luckily, my mum went to the Royal Ballet School, so I had a good start there. I decided to do it. I absolutely loved it, and I was very tall though, and that wasn't very easy because, of course, they can't lift up a really tall person. So that was a bit disappointing that I grew so tall.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other hand, I made it work for me, and I've done an awful lot of teaching, so it's kind of dance education. So yeah, basically, I did wedding dance for 10 years. Got everybody to strut their stuff when they got married. That was a
Oh,
real
what a
success.
lovely idea. What? So this is training people to do their first dance.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. It was
lovely.
so lovely. Yeah, and especially for men, the confidence to go onto the floor because they know what they're doing, rather
Yeah.
than feeling unconfident, which a lot of guys feel on
Yes,
the floor.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good for them. And I won an award, a Rapid Award for that. And that was major. I was invited onto Mark Summers' show. The boss is coming to dinner. And I, I remember getting a belly dancer coming out to serve this tangine or something. And I was trying to get a job in London with Mark Summers, who's a big casting agent. And I remember my husband being on the show and him saying, "Well, I don't want to go to London."
Oh,
And it was just like blew it. No, he didn't really, but it was quite good fun. And so yeah, and I've done a lot of writing for the Dance Gazette, Dance Today. Um,
really?
yeah.
You're
So I
all
mean,
about the dance, basically, aren't you?
yeah, absolutely. But then the mental health and wellness masters I did a couple of years ago during COVID,
Yeah.
that was amazing because it kind of underpinned the theory of, why dance is good for us and for our well-being. I know you do a show in the moment, which really focuses on mental
Mm,
health and well-being. So
yeah.
that is my other area I'm really, really interested in. I think it's terrific that you're doing that because certainly COVID and post-COVID, there was a real need to support our mental health and well-being. Yeah,
And with the chair dancing, it looks like you've brought those two great loves of your life together.
exactly that. In the book,
Yeah.
it's actually a combination of mental health and well-being, and Incidentally, that's what's interesting about Portugal is that picture there. My husband took beautifully. I was
Yeah.
very pleased with that picture. It was absolutely flipping freezing. And
You'd never
I
know. You'd never
and
know, would you?
the scarf was blowing all over my head and everything. You wouldn't know. And it was just absolutely gorgeous. So I want to thank Kit Jennings for that picture. But
And he is
yeah,
available. He's available as a photographer, isn't he? That's what he does. So he
yes,
is available.
he's fantastic, fantastic photographer.
Shout
Takes
out to Kit.
pictures of me.
Yeah, shout out to Kit. And of course,
Yeah.
I recognise that beach. Not a bad
Yes,
little place,
that's
is
what I
it?
was. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say that. That is São Martinho de Porto Beach. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
hello.
and there
That's
you are. Take your seat. I mean, this is not what you normally hear when it comes to dancing, is it? Take your seat, if you will, please, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to do some chair dancing. This is very accessible for the gentlemen that you. And I wanted to ask you, why are men not confident about dancing? See, once they've got the skills, there's no stopping them. But there's a gap, isn't there, between feeling like you've got two left feet and going to that level of competence.
Yeah, well, there's a part about that in the book, actually. And I think I was talking to Kit about it yesterday. I think there's two reasons. I think the first reason is that it's possibly perceived as slightly feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the second reason is that men like to be in control and to be able to be in control and know what they're doing. And
Yes.
I think that that's really important for guys.
Yeah.
And so, of course, if they don't really know what they're doing on the dance floor. And the other thing is, I was reading a report, was it in the Telegraph or something yesterday? Somebody said they really found it was a woman actually, really found it embarrassing. You know, she'd gone and had kids and she can't dance everything. So she likes to dance in the dark. I presume at a bar or disco somewhere where nobody can really see her, but she can really strut her stuff and get lost in the darkness.
Well, that's a lovely idea, isn't it? I think many of us can sympathise with that. Some of us need a bit of dance juice to get us going, don't we? Others not so much, like JMC, who imagine would just jump straight
Yeah,
onto the dance floor. I am the best dancer you can find, says Jim. That's quite a claim, isn't it? Send a video. JMC,
yeah,
send a video. We need to see this. We need to
send
see
it.
this. Yeah. No, you make some very good points there. And but once people do know, like you say, that with the grooms that you've trained for their wedding day and the first dance, once they know what they're doing, I bet they felt $1 million.
Oh, that's right. And they
Yeah.
can take the floor, they feel in control. It's all about the guy making the woman look good. So, I mean, he
Yes.
can just turn her out and she can do a little turn and spin her in again and, you
Oh.
know, and lean in towards her. And suddenly he looks amazing. And,
Mm.
you know, and she looks great and they're very happy. So, yeah, I must have done about 1,000 couples over 10 years. I don't know. It was an awful lot of wedding couples there. So that was so much fun because actually I'm more of a choreographer than the teacher, if you will. I mean, I love
Okay.
creating dances. So yeah, so for me it was a fab job. Yeah.
Right. I think it might be specifically Englishmen, says Pam, who are reluctant to dance. Yes, stiff upper lip and hips of stone. It's it's mainly a UK, US, Australia thing that men are embarrassed to dance, and I think women are very forgiving about it as well, aren't they? It's so many other cultures, men are prominent. That's true, isn't it? I remember going to tango many years ago, and that was such an awkward. And I mean, I gave it a go, but to be in the same room as a snake-hipped Argentinian man was not it wasn't the best start, was it? I mean, and he would say, you know, move your hips, like loosen up a bit, and then he would do a little demo with his, you know, with his partner. And you think, I'm never gonna. You got you know you've got to sort of set your bar realistically. I think, haven't you? I should have chosen something different and not tango. Right. Here we go. Then we've got the book that's coming out, and you're with a top publisher, aren't you? With Routledge there. And it is called The Practitioner's Essential Guide to Teaching Seated Dance Across the Lifespan. Take your seat, ladies and gentlemen. And it's you're teaching the teachers, are you, on how to deliver this to people? Is that how this
Yeah,
works?
that's exactly it, Carl.
Right.
It's teaching the teachers, it's training the teachers.
Yeah.
But I also think, you know, it's not just dance practitioners, it's health practitioners. So kind of
Okay.
like physios, you know, it's not just dance teachers at all.
Mm.
But I thought, well, that's a good way to start because I think one day it will be, you know, exponential. I think everyone will be dancing in their chairs. I think
Yes.
office workers, I think, you know, it's not just people perceive it as just something for older people. I think it's for everybody.
Well, that's what you said. It is for everybody. It's truly accessible, isn't it? And when I worked to the last thing I did before I came to Portugal, I worked at a disability charity, and wheelchair dance was quite a thing, and it was, it was really amazing to see to see that expression, and people who, they thought they couldn't dance, other people thought they couldn't dance, but there they were doing wheelchair dance, going all over the UK to competitions, and doing demonstrations and stuff. So everybody can do this, and that's a main point here, isn't it? Is like, this is accessibility. This is for those people who are maybe not so confident about stepping straight onto a dance floor. You can start in your chair.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I mean, when I did a webinar with the Royal Academy of Dance Teachers, we started to plot, where's the setting, where do you do it? And you can really do it anywhere. And I think it's now really any age, from children right up to the eldest. Obviously, it's significantly beneficial for, older people, people with Parkinson's, for example. I mean, people with Parkinson's, they can do standing or seated dance.
Yes.
It doesn't just have to be seated, because they're at different levels of physical progression.
Yes, yes, of course.
But that also the ballet bar. If you think about it, the ballet bar, which most people don't, just don't want to think about, but actually it's a great support for people
Right.
with Parkinson's. To hold on to something.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, it's for everybody more or less. And I think the main thing was there were two things for dance teachers post-COVID. One was, how do we teach dance online?
Yeah,
Good God,
right.
how do we
Yeah.
do this? This is such a difficult challenge for us, because we were out of work, because we couldn't go out and
Yeah.
teach people to dance. So COVID really brought home the fact that we had to be online and teach online. That was a real challenge. So I think that there's a possibility for everybody to join in and do this kind of dancing, and give it a really good go, for
Well,
sure. And of course,
and
training with people. Yeah.
there is going to be a chance for people to have a go. We're
Yeah.
not set up for it this morning, but there's an event happening, right? And this is to launch the book, is it?
Well, it's not so much to launch the book. Yes, Angela Rippon in the UK has started an initiative called Let's Dance, which is supported by Parkinson's, which is jolly good.
Yeah.
And it's just really, come on, let's get the whole nation dancing. It's really good fun. So all across the UK and really across the world, really, because my event is online, so you can come and join me doing seated dance voguing.
Very
Um,
good. When's this
on
happening, Samantha?
Hey.
When's this happening?
Oh yeah, Sunday,
Yeah.
11 to 11:30
Right.
online. I don't know if there's a way people can just send their emails through to me, but if they can contact me somehow, I don't know how you might be able
I
to
will
help.
make sure anyone who reaches out to me on the number on
Yeah.
the screen there, I'll make sure they get
Okay.
connected with you, because this is such a great idea.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not just Sunday, is it? I'm guessing you may have another schedule in the future to teach
Oh,
people and different interest groups and so on.
yeah. I mean, around the Silver Coast, I'd absolutely love to have a group of seated dancers. And to be honest, I haven't got one at the moment, because I
Right.
haven't been here for so long.
You've been
But
busy
any,
writing a book as well, haven't
yeah.
you? To be fair,
Pardon?
you've been busy writing a book as well. To be fair.
Well, yeah, it's about a 2-year process to
Yeah.
write a
Right.
book.
Yes.
Well, not actually writing it, but the publishers, it takes a long time. I didn't realize how long it takes.
Yes.
We're actually still proofing it just finally at the moment. People don't know that. The release date's March the 10th, but we're still like kind of in the background writing it and sorting out the pictures. It's crazy.
Dotting
But
your
yeah,
eyes. Yes.
that seated dance is a voguing seated dance. So it's all
Okay.
about striking a pose.
Excellent.
Um, and it's very good for staccato movements. So if you fancy that, and it's half an hour, 11 to 11:30 on Sunday, and anyone's welcome to join in, and it's free.
Very
So
good. Okay, what a wonderful introduction to the world of seated dance. Drop me a line and I'll make sure you get in touch with Samantha. I'm sure you'll be back as well. Maybe we can do a session online one morning as well, as a little bit of a taster, and we'll do our best to help you get a Silver Coast seated dance group together.
yeah.
Do you would you do one specifically for people with Parkinson's, a global thing? Will you be doing that? Pam is asking.
I think that it would be a great idea. I've been talking to Parkinson's in the UK, and they're very aware of me. Also, I think they've got some funding opportunities in March, so you need to keep your eyes open on that
And that'll be a
kind of
global
thing.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
that'll be a global thing for the Parkinson's community around the world. For Bob, it's not the embarrassment, but the physical lack of movement in my hips. I will say I'm working on it. Well, we won't ask how, but well
Oh,
done. And there was
oh,
a plot twist to JMC. I'm the best dancer you can find, but the music doesn't agree with my rhythm. He's blaming the music, but I think at least he's having a go there and said
yeah. With
Zumba.
regards to the hips, you need to move them side to side rather than forward and backwards.
Yeah, it's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look.
Yeah, try to
No,
move
sends out
side
the
to
wrong
side.
signal.
Keep your lower abdomen nice and tucked in and sort of firm, and then move your hips from there. Also, separate. You have to pull up quite tall in the spine to get
I'm
those
feeling it.
hips
I
to
am
sort of.
feeling it, Samantha. Okay, so
Are
side to
you?
side, not
Yeah,
not backward.
side to side, and not
Right.
forward and backwards.
Gentlemen, you can have your attention, please, for a moment. Well, you've been brilliant this morning.
Thank
Routledge is
you.
publishing the book, and that'll be available, as you say, in March. And drop me a line if you want to be put in touch with Samantha, either to start a group on the Silver Coast or to be involved on Sunday on the voguing session. Anything else you want to tell us before you go?
Oh gosh, no, not really. Just that I don't know. I don't think there's anything else. I'm just delighted to be here.
Well, it's
I
been
have a
great to
lot
have
of
you on the
fun
show.
whenever I bump into you,
Yeah,
and just to encourage the Portuguese people out there to come and dance with me, because falo um pouco português. I
very
do.
good. Excellent. Okay, bon fils, Samantha. Love to you and to Kip. Thanks for popping in, Samantha. All right, ciao, ciao. There she goes.